What is going on? I'm zmoT. Still no Mega Crab sneak peek, hopefully in the next day or so. Do consider subscribing for that. While you're there, consider making sure that Creator Boost is updated, accurate, and all those fun sorts of things. We are going to start out by doing some Operation replays because we had some ridiculous, full on ridiculous hits. Okay, so Operation yesterday is the one we want to look at. Now, a bunch of you have probably seen a Strategize solo. You've probably seen a Strategize in two. I feel like you probably haven't seen a Strategize in two in this way. Had some artifacts in the video, reset some things, so a little mini pause there. So, Smacked, aka Mackit, aka Crashed Game. I haven't seen it that way, that's for certain. Hoping we can show his replay. If not, that is going to be a little bit strange. That was a long time between the reset and the. Let's have a look and see if we can get that going. Come on, show me the replay. Come on. Okay, good. So he opened up. This one is a fairly straightforward open, but he does it in a little bit backwards order. Typically, someone will go get the back shield gens second. So him doing it in this order makes more sense. Now, here's the detail. Watch that microwaver. Like, if that flare at the back is not perfect, all of his Zukas are fried, are roasted, smoky critters like we always talk about, getting that shield gen, and then dropping all sorts of our friends, the Bombardiers, and then Kavan. Kavan giving us back some Zukas, which is brilliant. Part of the reason why he did that back shield gen first, I suppose. That way he's bringing back Zukas instead of bringing back Riflemen. Getting some extra damage, getting some troops out in front of those right-hand side Bombardiers. So he's gotten one shield, he's gotten three shields, and now he's gotten five shields. And not only that, but he's also going and getting those front shock launchers and then getting a couple of these sniper towers on top of that. So just a beast open and clearing all of the mines on that right hand side. It's set up. Now, if we look at that shield is still at 2 million health. Plus, there's 1 million on the core. But on the plus side, we have that Zuka damage tribe. So I was curious how this was going to go down. If we have a look, let's go back to yesterday's operation. Let's have a quick look. Seek and destroy as opposed to seek and destroy. There's two different players with two slightly different variations of the same name. Like that shield gen, still fully healthy. Fully healthy. So I was very curious to see if this could happen, and it turns out it can. So Seek, I hate the fact that you can't like, oh look at that, the green water, a little bit wonky. So clearly I have that's not showing up on my end. It's only after going through my cable. So I've got some cable issues. Cables are darn expensive. My last trip, clearly I didn't coat them and treat them as nicely as I should have. So coming in here, and now I believe, let's just watch here. Let's just believe, yes, see that? Smoky critters yet again. Smoky critters twice in one hit. So critters on that left-hand side, that's going to distract a couple things, save from a shock. And then the flare. So now let's slow this down just so we can watch the shocks come out. How many shocks? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shocks at minimum. Let's have a look here. So here goes. I know this is slow. I know this is slow. Thanks for bearing with me. Shocks perfectly timed on the machine guns and the flamethrowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shocks. And then look at that. Those critters on that left-hand side distracting that back rocket launcher out of the range of those right-hand side shock launchers. And then just absolutely melting things. Way too often you see people hitting Strategize with heavy Zuka when just full Zuka will do so much more. So shield completely and utterly melted. I liked that a lot. And then to finish the operation yesterday, Sven comes in and just to show you how ridiculous this is. Let's count the shocks here. We've got one over here. We've got probably two here, three here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. It's just silly. So just gonna show you what that looks like. Okay, so moving on forwards. Now, If you don't know the deal about how to kick someone and get all those cells back on the left-hand side, do let me know. Maybe I should make a video about that. But this was just go time. Now, typically they say never to flare a cell when you're trying to get your Zookas to eat cells like on Maze or Chimera. I love flaring a cell. I love that Sven flared a cell. I'm getting the heck away from those lasers and just eating every single cell. And the goal here is to get as much gunboat energy as you can. I believe Sven had something like 420 or something like that, which is a little bit on the ridiculous side, a little bit on the dangerous side, but just living, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. No fear. Anyways, coming in, let's just speed that up a little bit and then we can pause. Flares the core. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Out come the shocks. Counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5 shocks. Then out comes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shocks. Now some of those are just like purely and utterly ridiculous. Like that back shock, he was just literally shocking things. And if it were Stunton that was shocking, he would have shocked the core as well. But Maze, core hit, always a good time when you can see a 10 shock core hit, even if some of those shocks are completely and utterly unnecessary. So let's just see if we can find an op hit or two to do live. Okay, this is the only account that I have not hit my operation on. Tad bit ridiculous. This is my unopposed account, still never having been attacked by an opponent. As you can see here, nothing ever in the history. If you want details on that, probably throw a card up there as well. I've managed to get this right-hand side, uh, what is that called? A submarine area, which is fantastic because it always gives me red fragments, or when there are fragments in there, I should say, because that left-hand side one over there, the only other dive spot I have only gives me green ones, and I don't want green. So, Dr. T, maybe we'll do some Dr. T, but for now, let's just stick to the operations side of things. This account, basically useless for operations. It's incredibly humbling to have to hit operations with a terrible, terrible, terrible account, but maybe we can do something useful. I only have Brick, I don't have Kavan, I don't have Everspark, so I mean, we could go clear that mortar. Looks like people are starting to go right. Don't really... This account, by the way, let's just jump back here. This account is in Kindergarten 9. That is K9. This is our silly do anything task force. And I have to kick probably 1 to 2 people every single day, but we get new people joining every single day as well. So, and by the way, if you ever see those kind of messages, it's just spam trying to sell you cheap diamonds or intel or scams. So, let's finish this video off with the weakest of weak operation hits. Don't exactly know what the heck we can do. Probably just clearing some mines. Maybe, just maybe, we can get something useful. It's not going to be much, I can assure you. So let's do this. We're going to send 1 boat of Zookas. We're going to send it to right about there. And we're just going to throw 1 smoke right about there, trying to sneak all of our Zookas on top of that mortar, not using any shocks, any flares, anythings, and then clearing out that mortar, ending up with 2 Zookas in the blind spot. This is the kind of things that I have to try to do. Just try to sneak my Zookas into blind spots, try to take out some mines, try to be helpful, because it just doesn't work out as a low-level attacking Boomtown. Like, chances I can do anything here without boosting every single statue and then watching my troops fizzle, not terribly, terribly high. Like, I can maybe get that 1 rocket launcher back there. That's the only thing I'm kind of thinking of. But realistically, we're going to be clearing some mines, and that's all I can essentially do. So we're going to clear that mine. We're going to clear those mines. Why people are going right on Boomtown, I don't really know. Typically, you'd want to go left, but in this task force, we have 0 notes. We have 0 plans. We have 0 ideas whatsoever. It's kind of freeing. It's also kind of frustrating just to see how ridiculous some people's attacks can be. People doing things like not dropping any troops, which is quickly and easily... That's the best way for me to figure out who the heck I should kick out of the task force. If you ever hit an operation without troops, just know I am going to kick you. And now we are going to use battle orders, and we are going to use all of our troops on this one rocket launcher. Try, look at this, look at that. See that flash kill? We did almost no damage. Actually, decent amount of damage, but more importantly, we cleared some mines, cleared some GBE for some people on the right-hand side of Boomtown, and we're still going to get 27 to 29 diamonds because this task force is taking down operations from Choke Point to Dead End was not. We actually took down Dead End. That is crazy. That is with people. Look at this task force. Low levels all the way down. And you see here, we've got Yum sitting there with 10 intel as a level 17. They can stay here. Are they going to suck on operations? Yep. But as long as you chat a little bit, get a little bit of intel, and or attack ops, we've got a great spot for you. That is going to be my video. Kind of fluffy, kind of not really covering any of the active things in Boom Beach, but figured I'd throw it out there, show you a couple different hits that you maybe haven't seen before, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.